examples of the proper verb tenses to use, and I'll try to give you some full response examples to TOEFL question number 1. So let's get started. So here's an example of a typical question 1 prompt. Choose an accomplishment that required you to work very hard. Explain what the accomplishment was and why it was important to you. So in that prompt, I hear some key words, past tense verbs, required and was. So immediately I'm going to think about the past tense. And in my 15 seconds of preparation, I'm going to zone in and choose an accomplishment that already happened in my past. And I'm going to strive or hope to think of 2 examples to support why that was important for me. So I might make some simple past tense statements. For example, in 2010, I graduated with my degree in pharmacy. And I would go on to describe why that was so important to me. Or I might consider using some past perfect or past perfect continuous sentences. For example, I had been studying for many years. And then I would go on again to explain why this is important to me. So if the prompt uses past tense verbs, that's going to help you know that you should focus on using a form of the past tense in your response. Here's another sample prompt. People set a variety of goals for themselves throughout their lives. Describe one goal you would like to achieve in the future and explain why this goal is important to you. So the key words in that prompt, you would like to achieve. So again, in my 15 seconds of preparation time, I'm going to think of one specific goal. And I might begin that response with a sentence such as, I would like to be a physical therapist. I would like this career because, and you would hopefully have 2 reasons to support that answer. You might also use the conditional in a situation like this. For example, if I were a physical therapist, I could earn a good salary. If I earned a good salary, I could afford to travel and see the world. So those verb tenses might be particularly useful in a prompt such as this. Let's take a look at a third prompt. This one says, talk about a special job you have had in the past. So have had in the past. Remember, the present perfect tense is used to talk about something that happened in the past at an unspecified time. So for example, I've worked as a physical therapist in my native country of Thailand. Okay, I didn't say a specific time, year, month. If you choose to talk about a specific time, remember to use the simple past. For example, I graduated in 2010 and immediately I began to work in a hospital. So in a question like that, the present perfect or the simple past, a combination, would be the most appropriate tenses. Let's take a look at a fourth prompt. Which of the following qualities do you think is most important for a university student to be successful? Highly motivated, hardworking, or intelligent? Choose one of these qualities and explain why it is important. In a prompt such as this, you're likely going to rely mostly on the present tense, making statements such as I think, I believe, personally, in my opinion, and that will make for a very nice response. But I often advise my students who are trying to tackle question prompt number 1 or even number 2 to try to make your response as authentic and personal as possible. And one of the ways you could do that is by inserting a mini story, such as, I read an article on this topic, or I heard a podcast about this topic. And the reason why I think the mini story adds an extra level of sophistication to your response is because instead of only using the present tense, the simple present, you would then use some past tense verbs, adding a little bit more sophistication to your response. So I'm going to take a moment now and give you an example of a full 45-second response that I might do on a topic like this. So let me recap one more time. Which of the following qualities do you think is most important for a university student to be successful? Highly motivated, hardworking, or intelligent? Choose one of these qualities and explain why it is important. So I'm going to time myself here for 45 seconds to give you a sample response. So personally, I think hard work is the most important quality for basically two reasons. First of all, if I work hard in my university studies, I will earn the respect of my classmates and professors. They will see that I'm a very dedicated student, and they will respect this quality, and they will want to work with me as a classmate and colleague. Secondly, it has been shown that hard work is actually more important than intelligence. I read an article on this topic where researchers proved that hard work can actually improve your intelligence. It's not a fixed thing. It can be improved with grit and determination. That's why I think hard work is really essential for university success. So hopefully you heard in my response my use of the simple present as well as the simple past when I mentioned that I read an article on this topic. So that was my little mini story that I inserted there. So I wanted to do one more, but that may be all the time I have today. Let me flip over to the Facebook page and see if we have any questions coming in. Let's see here. Okay, I see some positive comments. Thanks, I appreciate that. I don't see any specific questions. Let me look at the YouTube channel as well. Okay. If we have any questions coming in? I don't hear any specific questions, so I'll take this opportunity to say that, excuse me for one second. I don't see any specific. I'll take this opportunity to let you know that you can click on the link, TOEFLspeakingteacher.com, to find out more about the services we offer. I personally teach TOEFL group classes, which are a great, really affordable opportunity where you can focus on all the skills to help you achieve 26 or higher. I also am involved in fluency lessons for students who don't feel quite confident in their TOEFL fluency and want to work on their speaking skills. You can take private fluency lessons, as well as you might consider getting a TOEFL analysis or evaluation. Before you spend the money and commit to taking the TOEFL exam, you might consider meeting with an instructor privately for a 30-minute evaluation so you can really zone in on your strengths and weaknesses in your TOEFL preparation. So I hope that you enjoyed this presentation and that you will visit our website and take advantage of the great services we offer. So thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to connecting with you again. If you have any follow-up questions, please leave the comments or questions on the Facebook or YouTube channel, and I'll definitely answer you personally. So thanks a lot. Good night.